Hello, my name is Faith Milka Muniale from Kenya. I am currently volunteering with SASDEP, that is Sustainable Solutions for Development Programs, a local NGO working with communities on natural resources conservation. I am due to graduate from Masinde Muliri University of Science and Technology with a PhD in Environmental Science. I will spend the virtual course in Nakuru, that is my hometown in Kenya. It's about 2.5 hours southwest of the capital city of Nairobi. My favorite place in my town is actually my home. It's located on a hill, so I am able to see most of the town, and also I'm able to see Lake Nakuru from my kitchen window. My favorite food is githeri. That's mixture of corn and beans. It was a popular traditional food in my tribe, but now it's not that popular with the younger generation. I guess because it takes long to cook and you just have to be strong to chew. Yeah, but I really like it. It's really my number one. I also like roast and boiled corn. I am a corn girl all the way. I am very excited about the short course. I'm looking forward to it. I have done a lot of work on water resources management and conservation for over 10 years, but have never really taken a professional course on it. So I know SC80 will add a big value to my work. I really appreciate the opportunity. My experience is from research on water resources, community conservation work on water with water resource users associations, which are community groups here in Kenya that have been formed through policy, and also through consultancies on monitoring, evaluation and assessment of many donor projects that have funded water issues in Kenya. My case study is called Saving Njoro River Watershed and Lake Nakuru Ecosystem. I grew up in the watershed and I also did my master's research there. A lot has changed though. The ecological challenges that we faced in the early 2000s are very different from the current ecological challenges in this ecosystem. I am preparing this project for my research and possible interventions in the near future. To give you an idea, Lake Nakuru is one of the Rift Valley soda lakes. It is located in Nakuru County, about 1 kilometer south of Lake Nakuru City. It is protected, it has a protected status as Lake Nakuru National Park, which covers 188 kilometers square. That is relatively small compared to other national parks in Kenya. The park is also the first Kenya's rhino sanctuary, and also has other 145 wildlife species, including the big four, except the big five, except the elephant. The lake was designated as Kenya's first Ramsar site, that is wetlands of international importance, in 1992. It was also designated as an important bird area in the year 2009, and it is also recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since the year 2011. So this lake is internationally renowned for hosting the largest population of lesser flamingos worldwide. They gather in millions, giving the lake a beautiful pink coloration, what has been described as the largest, the greatest ornithological spectacle, the world's greatest ornithological spectacle. The lake is recharged by 5 rivers and also groundwater through a spring and direct rainfall it doesn't have an outlet, it's a salty lake. So River Njoro is the largest of the rivers, and in the early 2000s there was a drought and the river became seasonal. It was a huge challenge since wildlife at the park depended on this fresh water for drinking. Besides the drought, there was also degradation of the catchment for River Njoro watershed, so especially Mau Forest where it originates from, and also poor farming practices on the catchment. There was obstruction by the large population along the coast of the river, riparian destruction and pollution. From the shortage of water in the ecosystem, the story has now changed. Since the year 2012, Lake Nakuru level has started rising. For the last 8 years, it has consistently increased, but this year, 2020, has seen the worst of it because the lake flooded and also River Njoro flooded. So this has caused adverse effects on the water quality, productivity, biodiversity, and the hydrological cycle in the ecosystem. According to a report released in June 2020, just about a month ago, by the county government, the flooding has caused significant changes. One, the lake has been diluted. It used to have a salinity of 40 grams per liter, and now it has 2 grams per liter. This is very significant. So the ecosystem is imbalanced. The cyanophyte spirulina algae, which grows in saline water, formed the main food for the millions of flamingos. Now it doesn't grow anymore because of the lost salinity. The flamingo population has been decreasing every year since 2012. There are actually no lesser flamingos currently in Lake Nakuru because there is no food for them. The flooding has resulted in a significant increase in the area covered by the lake, the water, from 43.3 kilometers square in 2012 to the current 70 kilometers square as of April 2020. So this has engulfed about 26.6 kilometers square of the park area. This reduces the grazing area for all the herbivore species that are found in the national park, stretching the carrying capacity of the park, which was already small comparing to other national parks. The lake had only one species of fish, Sarotherodon alcaricus grahami, a tiny fish, which was introduced in the 1950s. Early this year, the community reported catching tilapia fish in River Njoro near the park. The river never really had fish, but in the catchment, some farmers would keep fish. It is assumed that due to overflow and maybe flooding, the fish may have escaped and found its way into the river, finally into the lake. Currently, 4 species of tilapia have been identified by the survey that was carried out this June, including Oreochromis niloticus, Oreochromis variabilis, Tilapia grahami, and Oreochromis leucostictus. All those are different tilapia species, very edible and liked by the people in Kenya. They are actually species which are found in freshwater lakes. Previously, they would not survive in Lake Nakuru because of the natural high salinity in the lake. But this has all been lost, and that's why it's such a big surprise to have all the 4 species present. Outside the park, along the lower River Njoro coast, there are a lot of human activities and settlement, and this flooding of the river and the lake has displaced 8,000 households as of July 2020. The park is fenced by an electric fence whose management has now become a big challenge because part of the fence is submerged in water, and that is a looming danger. All of these changes in this ecosystem have caused problems since the ecology of the ecosystem has completely changed. affecting the aquatic and terrestrial systems. The revenue from the park has temporarily been lost. This park is a major income earner from tourism of the world because of the world spectacle caused by the flamingos, and the community has been negatively impacted. So there is bound to be huge conflict. There are many theories alluded to the lake level rising, but whatever the causes are, the problem is real ecologically, environmentally, socially, and economically. Something must be done to address the crisis in Lake Nakuru and River Njoro ecosystem. So far, a situational assessment for the lake has been carried out. There has been no studies yet carried out on the terrestrial part of the national park, and none for socio-economic aspects of the communities around the park. So given this existing situation, I would like to design a multi-component research to answer questions about the various biophysical ecosystem changes, as well as the changes observed in the adjacent community. Besides, I would also like to propose possible interventions that can be adopted by the county government and other stakeholders to address the crisis. For example, because there is inadequate integrated water basin planning and management, and also there is inadequate flood and drought management. I believe that there is something I could propose to address this crisis. I am looking forward to the SIPSEM Integrated Water Resources Management virtual course. Once again, thank you very much for the opportunity.